Hello, my name is Margo Purcell. I'm the CEO and a co-founder of InceptionU. Thank you for your interest in InceptionU and our learning experiences. I'm going to walk you through some information about our organization and our programs. Be fit for the future with confidence. What does that mean? You've likely heard the term being future-proof, and we prefer to use the term being future fit. Being future-proof implies that you need to protect yourself from the future, guard yourself against it. And honestly, that's not really possible. What we see as much more effective is to become future fit. Equip yourself with the skills and competence to respond to the rapidly evolving conditions that we're in, as well as to solve the complex challenges we're facing. With these rapidly evolving conditions comes accelerating novelty, and change is occurring at an exponentially increasing pace. And with that comes volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. These are things that humans often don't respond to well, especially if they have a sense that they're ill-equipped to deal with them. We look to research and we look to these lists of skills and what's being seen as required in the world of work today and into the future. And the Future of Jobs report comes out every 2 years, updating this top 10 skills. What you will likely notice is that these are very human skills. In fact, it takes until skill number 6 before technology is even mentioned. It's become much more about how do we apply technology and the how we do it using these very human and very essential skills. What we saw was a need for a new kind of learning experience, one where the essential skills and the technical skills were equally weighted into a single learning experience. So we provide the environment and the conditions for you to be able to equip yourself with the skills, competence, and confidence to design and build for the future. With our approach, we have built what we call adaptive and responsive curriculum, which means that we can adapt to the needs of the individuals in the room, as well as to the needs of industry in real time. We use an approach called project-based learning, which I'll explain more about on another slide shortly. Our facilitators are actively working in industry, meaning that the knowledge and experience that they bring into the programs is immediately useful, it's relevant, and it is evolving alongside the tech and innovation sector. And as I mentioned earlier, we have the complete integration of essential skills into all of our programs. Everything we do here is based on the mindset of design. And when we talk about design, we start by asking ourselves, what does success look like? Then design is creating the conditions for success. For that, we help you to equip yourself with 4 pillars to thinking, which are critical, creative, computational, and systems thinking. How are things connected? How are they interconnected? What effects do they have on each other? We put special emphasis on critical thinking as it is foundational. The more effective your critical thinking, the more effective your other approaches to thinking will be as well. All of this is brought to life through communication, collaboration, and knowing yourself. Being able to communicate and collaborate with a wide variety of people, whether those are your clients, whether those are your colleagues, is absolutely essential in the world of work today and into the future. And being able to do so while being true to yourself is based on significant self-knowledge. And so all of this together comprises the foundation of all of our learning experiences. Everything is designed. Unless it comes from nature, it has been designed. And as I mentioned, design is creating the conditions for success. And to do that, we need to know what success looks like, feels like, works like. What we are designing has to be desirable. People need to want it. It has to be viable. It needs to work, and it needs to be feasible. It needs to be possible. We are building for humans, and humans are very influenced by things they don't notice. The context. Much like the saying, asking the fish, how's the water? And the fish says, what's water? It's the same for humans. And so as the context we're in changes, so do the influences on us, including assumptions that we may be carrying, that for which we may be completely unaware, that can greatly affect and limit the ability for us to be successful. There is a process that we can use, and that's based on principles, and those principles can be applied to any field of endeavor. through a selection of tools. And our programs provide the opportunity for you to equip yourself with those principles and those tools. Using these design principles effectively does reduce risk. And as it reduces risk, it also makes room for some luck to come into the process. Success is not only about skills, luck plays a part. And the more effectively we apply these design principles, the more room we create for luck to enter the process as well. And we play. Learning tends to go farther and deeper and be more effective if we've had fun. Our learning experiences are challenging and they're also fun. We use project-based learning, and it is quite different from what most of us have been conditioned for in more conventional learning experiences. For many of us, what we learned was that first I have to learn this before I can do that. Only once I can do that can I learn the next thing. And it builds on each other in a straight line. And project-based learning, much like this infographic, is very different. And in fact, it can be quite messy. It's much more reflective of how humans actually learn. It is non-linear. You are going to learn by doing. The project is the way you will learn. We ask that you show up and start. And we'll often hear, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. Again, that's often based on our conditioning that we think we need to learn everything first. And rather, what we ask you to do is to show up and start, and it's through that starting that you will learn. It is cohort and team-based and has been designed to reflect real work in life. So as you leave the program and enter the world of work, there will be familiarity. You will recognize things that you have already experienced in the learning environment. I'm going to share some information about two programs, starting with the Tech Adjacent program. This is about providing opportunities to build the skills for roles that go around some of the more technical roles in the company. You will have 4 streams to choose from in this program: growth marketing, lean sales, coding support, and full stack design. I'll walk you through some high-level information about each stream. With growth marketing, what we know that industry is looking for is what they refer to as a T-shaped marketer, meaning that the top of the T, you understand the whole of growth marketing. And then the stem of the T is going deeply into some specific technical capabilities as well, including things such as design principles, marketing strategies and campaigns, how to design them and build them, how to build social content, search engine optimization and keyword searches, and competitor research, what it is and how to conduct it. With lean sales, there are many similarities with growth marketing, and it's really about understanding the full sales process, from prospecting through to closing. How do we actually land that client? Which is about understanding your target customer. What's the value of what you're offering, and how does it differentiate from other similar offerings in the market? Pricing and unit economics, and then the skills of prospecting, finding those clients, qualifying potential clients in and out, and being able to do demonstrations and ultimately landing the deal. With coding support, it is less about building coding from scratch and more about working in existing coding with the support of tools and platforms and an understanding of software development. So you'll be able to support the lead software development and developer and accelerate the pace of production, add value to all areas of the business. We'll be introducing generative AI and how to use it to increase productivity and use it effectively. Platforms such as Airtable and other low-code, no-code platforms will be part of the program, as well as how do you customize commercial application to meet the needs of a client and an organization. With full stack design, it is much more about that user experience, the user interaction, and the user interface, terms known as UX and UI, and that applies across any field of endeavor. So you'll be diving into design fundamentals. You'll be able to state and analyze complex problems, uncover assumptions that could limit success and effectiveness. Learn how to collaborate to drive effective design. Again, you'll be diving into user experience and user interface and exploring design platforms and tools that can help in meeting the business's needs. With the Evolve Full Stack Developer Program, this is about software development. And our program is designed over the course of 3 projects, and we refer to it as controlled unleashing. that each time you do the project, you are taking those layers and you are going broader and deeper each time. And you are unleashing in a controlled way your own potential and possibility. So the first project is really about you, and it focuses a little more on the back end. And then when we go into projects 2 and 3, these are both team projects. They're of varying length and varying complexity. And by the end of project 3, you are doing a complete demo of your full stack application to invite a guest from industry and the ecosystem. The stack we use in the full stack developer program is referred to as the MERN stack, which refers to MongoDB, Express.js, React, and Node.js. So for the front end, you'll be diving into the technologies of React, HTML, and CSS. On the server side, Express.js and Node.js, and for the database, MongoDB. We selected the full stack and chose the MERN stack and chose to go deeply on one stack. This stack was chosen as it is highly desirable in the deployment community, and it's also quite foundational to being able to learn other programming languages. A little bit about the people who have come through our programs and some of our statistics. We started our first full stack developer program in September of 2018. We had 11 people join the cohort for a program that had never been run before by people they'd never heard of. And we have had well more than 300 people come through the program to date. We have a great variety of people that come through the program and are in the learning environment together. They range in ages from 19 years old to 65. They have broad range of educational, cultural, and industry backgrounds. We have that diversity of the learners that come through our program actually drives better learning outcomes and better technical outcomes as well. And this could be you. Here's a sampling of some of the companies that have hired from our alumni. So we have well over 130 companies that have hired so far, and this is just a good sampling of the companies that we've interacted with over time. We do have industry partners and support throughout the tech and innovation ecosystem, including some of the ones listed here. And we do provide many opportunities throughout our programs for you to build those networks and those relationships across the ecosystem and set yourself up for success post-program. The admissions process for the Evolve Tech Adjacent program, you can find out more information on InceptionU.com, and it starts with an online application. After the online application, our team reviews it, and if we see fit, then we invite you into a group interview. After the group interview, we come together to make a holistic admissions decision, and if you are offered a spot in the program, then with that, your program is completely funded by the government of Alberta. So it is at zero cost to successful applicants. There are some eligibility criteria, including that you are unemployed or underemployed. Underemployed is determined by working 20 hours a week or less. You must be eligible to work in Canada, and you're 18 years of age or older. For the full stack developer program, there is a similar admissions process with some extra steps, and you can find out more at InceptionU.com. Once again, it starts with an online application, and if we see fit, we'll invite you into the group interview. After the group interview, we do a holistic review process, and if we see fit again, we invite you into the technical assessment. And if we see complete fit following all of that, then we offer you a spot in the program. For those who are seeking funded seats, then there is an additional step that comes called an employability assessment. With the full stack developer program, there are some options to participate. One is that you can self-fund, and the self-funding option is $14,000 plus GST. There are some student loans available through a partnership we have with ATB Financial, where they provide the same student loan as other post-secondary students receive, providing that you meet their qualification criteria. There are also some seats that are funded by the government for those that qualify. And again, the criteria for this includes that you're unemployed or underemployed. The same qualification of working 20 hours a week or less applies for being underemployed. You are eligible to work in Canada. You are 18 years of age or older, and you have graduated from high school at least 12 months ago. If this is something you qualify for, we do the application on your behalf. We submit it to the government. They make the funding determination. If they determine that you qualify for the funding, they will pay your program fee. And that is provided by in collaboration with the governments of Canada and Alberta. The last option for the full stack developer program is if you are self-employed, there is the Canada Alberta Job Grant, in which case you can apply to receive back up to 2/3 of the program fees and the training costs. This is an option available to business owners, including sole proprietors, not-for-profit organizations, First Nations, and Métis settlement organizations. I also invite you to attend one of our future discovery sessions to get a sense of what a learning experience at InceptionU is like. To learn more about upcoming discovery sessions, please check out InceptionU.com/events. There are many ways to reach us and find out more. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to email at us at info@InceptionU.com. We are visible and available on social media as well as through our website. Thank you again for your time and energy, and we look forward to hearing from you.